Welcome to Mercy's Designs. My name is Mercy and I demonstrate Stampin' Up products. Today I'm going to show you this really different type of craft project. I got my original idea from a demonstrator, Julie, and she came up with this flip calendar idea, a countdown. And so what she uses is this IKEA frame. So I ordered mine on Amazon and they came like this, and they fit a 4x6. So what Julie did was, Davison, by the way, is her last name. She did use Memories and More cards to flip forward, which was really clever. But I decided to make mine more like a 12-day countdown for Christmas for children on activities. So my youngest son he is just turned 8 years old, and I thought we could do activities together, either just with me or as a family or a combination. So what I came up with is this main part here, which is the flip calendar. The secondary part is a parent guide, and this walks me through everything that I need to do. And by the way, I made 6 of these. So I gave them as presents to kids that my son knows and my sister's son. So what you also need is a basket of some sort. This one I got at the Dollar Tree, and I put supporting materials in it. So for example, the first day would be, you flip it forward and it has this little envelope, and that's where you can give a little treat or something small. So the first day was Christmas cookies, and you could do it in different orders. So it's number 12. So what I did here is I went here, I wrote a letter here, and Christmas cookies. And I say items included in the bin. Cookie cutter, which the bin is this, the cookie cutter and sprinkles. So we already started this, and my son just was crazy about doing the sprinkles, and then the cookie cutter. So that is the example, and I also say recipes. So the recipe part would be in here. So I have that number 12, and I have 2 recipes for brown sugar cookie cutouts. So I will say this, the one I did, which is this one, I should not have added the full amount of flour right away. I should have read the recipe a little more carefully because it was way too dry. You're supposed to use some of it when you're rolling it out. Anyhow, just an FYI. Okay, so that is how that part works. And then I will just do a walkthrough right now of all of my cards. And I think they are just really beautiful. A lot of these are current, some are not. Some are retired products like the DSP, even stamp sets. So this one is Let It Snow, and we made indoor snow. So what I have here is the conditioner and the baking soda. And so I have a recipe for that, and that is listed in the parent guide. So I don't go into too much detail on how to make it here. And my son really did have a lot of fun with that. Okay, so this one is about making snowflakes. So one of the things I found with the snowflake activity was the paper was a little thick when I folded it all up. So possibly you're gonna have to do that part if you do it with the child. And then you maybe let them use like tissue paper once you get the hang of it. So here's the paper, and these instructions were really good. I found this on the internet, a paper snowflake template. So I printed off a bunch of them, but once you get the hang of it, you might want to switch to tissue paper so your child could cut more easily themselves. Okay, so this is sort of trial and error. Now 9 is coming up, and he still hasn't taken out what is in that little envelope. And I have different ideas. So it's a piece of candy. It's a secret. Don't tell my son, Anatoly. All right, so this one, he's going to write a letter to Santa telling him how he can make Christmas brighter for less fortunate boys and girls. And then in the parent guide, I give an idea that maybe you want to decide on a charity to give to with your child, so they can realize that, you know, Christmas is more than about just getting presents for themselves. So that's number 9. And then number 8, coloring for Christmas. And this one I want for him to color some pictures for his grandparents. I think that would be really meaningful for them. It's just, you know, they aren't able to get out and travel and not able to see him. So here is this one. This one I thought was hilarious. So you're growing candy canes, and I'm not sure my son is this naive, but especially considering he has peeked in my bag. So this one, what you do is you start off with little ones, and you put them in a bed of snow, and then you keep switching them out at night so that they grow, and then by Christmas Eve, he will have a giant candy cane that grew, and you could maybe even hide that on the Christmas tree or something and have them find it. All right, so this one is a dance party, and my son loves to dance and play and that sort of thing. And I forgot one other thing, is I purchased a elf hat, and every night, this is from the Dollar Tree, so very inexpensive. Most of the support stuff I purchased at the Dollar Tree. So every evening when we do these activities, I tell him to put on his special hat, and he puts this on, and I always get a picture of it because I want to remember this. These are precious times. This would be a great activities to do with your grandchild as well. So this one I got these from the Dollar Tree and restrung them so he can dance around and play with them, and they have a string on it. And then afterwards, he can put it on the Christmas tree or just continue to play with them. So that's how that one works. And we're going on to, yeah, I didn't skip any. I thought I did for a second. Here we are to Pancake Dinner. This is so much fun for kids to mix things up, have them get in their pajamas early and make pancakes for dinner. So I purchased these from the Dollar Tree, and I put it in Ziploc bags for my friends and copied the recipe. And then I also suggested in my little handbook, handbook, that they could also, as an alternative, if they're more of a gourmet person, make French pancakes, which this was a favorite of ours growing up. So I really like that idea. Not this exact recipe, but it's surprisingly similar. Anyhow, I like this idea because kids enjoy that sort of thing. You know how they like pajama day and that sort of thing with school. So Pancake Dinner. And I like this stamp. It says, "Life's better when we're having fun together." And it really is. So with this one, the stamping I did here is I had a stamp, kind of a background solid stamp, stamped that. And then I sponged with cinnamon cider and punched these out with a 1-inch punch. So then this is a retired punch, and I also embossed it with a circle die. So that is with a special rubber. I think Stampin' Up! Now does sell it again. So anyway, if you have any questions about any of this, just email me at mewants3@gmail.com, and I'd be happy to share some more in-depth ideas if you're interested. So, okay, so I'm flipping the wrong way. That was number 5. Now we're moving on to number 4. And this is about making Rudolph ornaments with your child. So I included a little kit, and this is number 4, so it corresponds. They can just go in their bin and find number 4, and they can make different ideas. So, and then in the parent guide, let's see if I can get that right here. I printed off this reindeer ideas, and then as an option, I also printed off, you can read a story about Rudolph, which I found online. I printed that off. Okay, so, which brings me to number 3, Christmas lights. This idea is you make cocoa, and you put it in a travel mug and you go out looking at Christmas light displays and you count how many snowmen you see. So I've got a little snowman here. Isn't that cute? That was from DSP, Designer Series paper. I just cut that out. So this one, I have the hot chocolate pack included, and I'm looking forward to doing that one. All right, so here we have sweet Christmas story time. Make a cup of cocoa, snuggle under a blanket, and read Christmas stories with the grown-up. So here is, I have read the Christmas story, and that's a religious one. And then I also included Just the Night Before Christmas, the classic poem, which I love. And then as a bonus, I included the night right before Christmas. And this is the right-left game if you want to play that as well. So that kind of concludes my book. And then the final one is watch a Christmas movie. And I did give recommendations on different movies we enjoy as a family. So that is the conclusion of this. So it just stands. It's a little top heavy right now, but when I flip it, it's not too bad. I might have to support it by the end. But it just sits with our Christmas decorations and it just adds a festive feel. So I'll just put it down more like this so you can just kind of get a better idea of how it stands. So like that on your table. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this idea. If you want any further information, just again, even access to my Google Docs of I wrote all these up in Google Slides, so I could easily share that as well. I'm also thinking next year I will do a grown-up version for some of my friends because I think this is a really fun idea and I can reuse this every year. If you feel like it's too late to do something like this year, that's understandable. Maybe just print off the ideas, activity ideas, and then do part of it now and then part closer towards next year. It's Christmas. All right, so again, have a little bucket of the supplies so there's no excuse holding you back, your instructions, and you will be all set to have some really meaningful time with your young child. This is probably the best age would be between 4 and 10 would be the optimum age for these activities for the most part. But again, you could modify, and I think an adult version would be really cute too. So I'm just going to real quick flip back through these. The 12 Days of Christmas, the cookies, the snow, Let It Snow, Friendships Making Snowflakes, Letter to Santa, Coloring for Christmas, Growing Candy Canes. I did print off a bunch of pictures, Christmas scene pictures to color. Dance Party that I found online for free. Pancake Dinner, Rudolph Ornaments, Christmas lights, going out to see Christmas lights, Cocoa with story time. And I tried to coordinate my pictures as much as I could. And then finally a Christmas movie. And we've got Santa Claus there jumping over. So I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. And if you're watching this before Christmas, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Thanks for watching.